God gave me the name of this ministry, Sure Grace Ministries, in 2005. And when God gave me that name, at that point of my life, I was actually going through turmoil. I was going through challenges. I was going through a lot of challenge at the time, And then I took my Bible from the shelf and I wrote it at the back of the Bible. I just put Sure Grace Ministries. And then I was actually sitting down on the couch, completely just doing something not really productive. I was just watching them. I don't know what I was watching, but it was like as if I heard a voice. And I wrote that as Sure Grace Ministries. And I turned, but I didn't see nobody. Then I wrote it down so quickly. Now, far before now, even before I came to the UK, there have been loads of revelations about me, being a pastor. I saw you pastoring. Oh, I saw you pastoring. Oh, I saw you doing this. And as much as I like to pastor, because I love God, but I never wanted to be one of the pastors who just want to depend on people's offering and tithes to run a church. I never wanted that. And every now and again, I keep praying to God, say, God, I love to do this job, but I will not do it. I will not engage in it if this is going to be the order of the day. I would want to be there looking for scriptures to get people off their seats to bring money. I'm not going to do that. So, and that was a lot of struggle for me at the time. And so based on that, I really didn't, I just left it there, you see. Physical things and spiritual things are two different things. Yeah. You see, sometimes you see people saying, well, that man is a rich man. How come he committed suicide? Listen, money don't give you happiness. Believe me. Money don't give you peace. Money makes you more of who you are. Wherever you are, when money comes, you become worse. If you had money, if you had happiness, regardless of money, when money comes, it will promote it. You will become a happier man and be happy to other people and look after other people. But if you are a wicked man, an evil tyrant, when money comes, my goodness, you'll be worse than the devil. Because now you are empowered to become, what I'm saying. So money makes you more of who you are. So sometimes when I see people saying that when God give me money, I will do this. No. You're already who you are. It's not until when God gives you money. You see? So when I see how a man behaves in character, I can tell how he thinks. And I'll be able to tell the kind of person this person is based on his dispositions. Glory to God. And then I was going to a particular church at the time. And I keep seeing all these things about, there's 10 people here. God is telling me that, you can give 100,000, you can give 50. So a lot of all these things, I got tired of it. Why? Because I have engaged in them quite a number of times. I didn't get results. I've done a lot of giving, expecting something to happen, but it didn't happen. Now, it not dawned on me that, you see, I don't know how other people are doing it when they do things like this and they come and say, well, I gave this and somebody put money in my boot. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that. And that's why I'm a very practical believer. I believe practically in the practicality of God's word. You see. And after a while, I got tired of the church system. So I stopped church. I was at home for 2 years. I didn't go nowhere. I wake up in the morning. I just, on Sunday morning, and I've gone to work Monday to Friday. On Sunday, I just stay at home. I do nothing. I look for any movie to watch or something. I just enjoy myself. I wasn't doing anything. I just thought if it's not it, it is not it. You see, I was tired of all the. I wasn't ready for any kind of stories. And so one day, I had, again, it was like as if I heard a voice. So what after all of this, and then you now meet with your God, And then what are you going to say why you didn't go to? I said, well, then I started arguing. So my legal mind kicked in. Well, I don't have to be in a building to be in church. I'm here now, God, and it was just like that kind of discussions. So then in 2012, was it 12? Was it 10 or 11? 12 or so, then I had cold. I had cold. And I went to the hospital. I went to see the GP. The GP that prescribed ampicillin, something for me, and then I took it. After 1 week, it went worse. It was an antibiotics. Then I had to go back again to the GP. I requested to see the same GP. Then they obliged me. So when I met with him, I said, it didn't work. It's okay, don't worry. Then he pulled out the green paper, trying to give me another prescription. I said, no. I said, I am made to understand. I'm not a doctor. I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry into your profession, but I am made to understand that, when you have taken antibiotics for 7 days, it weakens your red blood cells. So I don't see why I should go into it again. We should find out why the first one didn't work. Then he said, is that what you want? I said, I think that will make sense. That's all right. Then that's okay. So what do you want? I said, maybe, I don't know, scan. I was just suggesting things out of my head. It's okay, scan. Like, okay, we'll do scan. Then he wrote it and then I went to scan. Then I went for scan. As soon as they brought me out of the MRI scan, right from that moment, I had 4 nurses, 1 doctor, and 1 consultant. They were pushing my bed, running my, and I was wondering what's going on. While they were pushing the bed, they were putting injections in my stomach, like that, and then fixing, drip and pumping things. And I was wondering what's going on here, And then I'm talking, but nobody's listening to me. They were just rushing me to a particular ward. Got to the ward, and then they began to bring all the medication, everything, and they give me some tablet. I said, what? I said, what is it? Just hold on. And after about an hour and a half, the consultant came and said to me that you are a very lucky man. I said, what's going on? He said, well, we found out, after your MRI scan that there was blood clot in your right lungs. I said, really? How? He said, I don't know. He said, do you smoke? I said, I don't smoke. He said, do you fly often? I said, not really. I mean, the last time I even traveled was about 2 years ago. I don't. So he said, well, okay, anyway, don't worry. We've arrested but right now we need to be able to break the blood down so it doesn't become, he said, because then she said to me that if I wasn't brought in that very day, possibly I would not last that week. So I couldn't understand it. So then she left, and then I said, but I came here myself. And then after about another 45 minutes, then she came back and said to me that I need to explain to you this medication because we're going to keep you here for a week. After 1 week, we're then going to take you home. But I need to let you understand how this medication works. He said, you have to be injecting yourself. I said, really? Then you'll be swallowing this one. It's warfarin, right? You swallow the warfarin, then the other one you have to inject yourself. I said, so how long? He said, no. He said, well, sorry, this is going to be for life. I said, you mean for life? He said, yes. Then I didn't know, at that moment, I couldn't understand, Then she now said, well, sorry, Mr. Just one of those things, but don't worry, at least there are medication for it. Trying to console me. And after that, she left. Then I was in the hospital Queen Elizabeth, I was there for a week, taking the medication, injecting myself while they watch me do it to let me understand, how the process works. Then did all of that. And then the day they were going to discharge me, they brought box 6. One box was almost as big as this speaker. About 2 boxes. These were the injections. These are the tablets, and all of that. I left the hospital as if I was going for holidays, with luggages of medication. I was going back home depressed. I said, what is this? And then they said to me, I have to come once every week to do blood test. So that became the routine. And then they gave me a specific time. I must not mix it. I had to set my wristwatch, go to bed with it. So when I wake up, I quickly go and take the medication. So I continue with this process, on and on again. Then somehow, the way the mind works, somehow the mind accepted that this now is the routine, and I kept on with that. So it wasn't bothering me like it was the very first day I was told all of these stories. So I just continued with it. Well, fine. Then my wife said, Tyler, thank God there's medication for it. That kind of, and then so it became like normal. So one day I went to the hospital as normally to do my test. And I was sitting down. I've taken the number, so I was sitting down waiting for my number to be called. Then I heard a voice say, look around. Then I looked around. People who have come for the same treatment. There was nobody there that was below 70. Everybody was like 80, 90. Grandparents. Then in that split of seconds after that, it's funny now, but it wasn't then. And then I looked around again. Then I got angry on the inside. Then I got up from where I was sitting. So I went to the lobby. I began to rebuke the spirit of death. I said, these are my grandparents, So I started praying against. So I started rebuking. I was praying with serious vehemence, serious anger in the lobby. Some people that were coming, they thought maybe the person has lost his mind. They were dodging, They would be coming, they would just give me space. I was praying. They thought I've lost my mind. I was praying bitterly and angrily. After praying, then I went back. I didn't sit down again. I was waiting for the number to be called. And then they called the number. I went there, did the blood, so I left. As soon as I left, got to this thing, as soon as I came out, I started praying again, on my way back. And I was really, really angry in my spirit. I was really mad. I was angry. So now, within that period, my wife now just came home. She was doing fun. I said, what's wrong with you? And I said, I'm just feeling pain. I said, what kind of pain? So we went on, and then after about 3 days, and I got to the time she couldn't even get up. She would just lie down. She literally couldn't get up on her feet. Then I was now wondering, what exactly is going on? We had to call the ambulance. Ambulance came, took her to the hospital. And then they told her that she's got internal bleeding. And they said to her that if she had not been brought to the hospital that day, she'd be gone. That's all right. Then the whole thing began to make sense. That this is unusual. Then we started praying. Of course, they started treating her and all of that. After treatment, she was in hospital for about 4 days or so. Discharged her, brought her home with her own medication. So she will be swallowing her medication while I'm taking mine. We'll be asking, have you taken medication? Yes, I have. What about yours? I'm going about half an hour to go. Nonsense. You know what I mean? And that became the system. And then shortly after that, and I got a call from a bishop that I've served, back in the days in Nigeria. And he called me. He said to me, I don't know, your thought came to my mind last night. So I thought I'm going to call you this. We don't really talk that often. He said, I thought I'm going to give you a call. I said, nice to hear from you, sir. What can I do? He said, I've got a program coming up. It's a 7 days program, and I'd like you to be in that program. I said, I can't. Straight away. I didn't even give it a second thought. I said, I cannot. He said, why? I said, because there are some personal issues right now. He said, but tell me what exactly it is. I don't know, but say your thought was so strong in my heart. And I said, I'm going to call you. That's all right. And I explained to him that I'm on medication. These are the things and all of that. He said, well, he said, but what is the name of the medication? I said, even if I give you the name, I'm not going to subject myself to Nigeria providing that medication for me. Because I'm not 100% sure, if it's the original one. you know. Then we talked about it. He said, okay, you know what? I don't know, but whatever you can do to be here, be here. Your thought was really in my heart, and it's unusual. It was so strong. I said, all right, I'll think about it. He called me back after 3 days. I said, I said, okay, let me call you back tomorrow. So it was at that point, and I called the GP to book an appointment to see them. So I went to see the GP. I said, well, I'm traveling. He said, why? Is it necessary? I said, well, it's important. It's okay. I said, well, it's an emergency. I said, well, it's actually important. And that's okay, fine. I should book an appointment for me to come and see him. He had to do a letter for me, and then do a particular way for them to package the medication for the duration of time that I was traveling, so I can take it along with me. And they gave me a letter for them to allow me, because these are pins which should not be allowed in the aircraft. So they had to give me an exemption. So I went to the aircraft with the medication, because I have to take medication before I even landed. So we went through all of that. Then I went to this program when I got to Lagos. And in that program, most of our fathers in the gospel were there. Bishop Omobude was there. Bishop Simeon, was there, of course. And Bishop Okonkwo, Papa Yorisheja, big fathers were there. And it was in one of those. It was a 7 days program. It was in one of those programs. Then, by the way, where one of them was ministering, came to me and said to me that you have a good heart of service. It's time for you to be ordained. God is calling you into gospel, into ministry. So I looked at him. I was like, into ministry. I mean, you don't even know how I got here. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what's going on. And he said it over and over. I thought to myself, goodness. Then I began to think about, could this have been staged? Okay, this man doesn't know me. It couldn't have been staged. That's all right, And then to cut a long story short, my name was shortlisted among the ones that they will be ordaining that weekend. And I got ordained, as a pastor. And that night, I had a very distinctive revelation. And when I got up in the morning, when I finished praying, and I began to say, I think there's something to all of this. I called my wife. I said, this is what just happened. She said, really? I said, I don't know, but there's something to all of this. So when I came back, got back to UK, and I told her, I said, I think we should register this ministry. And I went to that Bible, got the name out, where I wrote it, in 2005. Now, this was now 2014 when I registered this ministry. It's 8 years now. And we got it registered. And after that, I said, you know what? Let's just be doing something, It had dawned on me that because I've completely turned my back, to this work, that I wasn't going to engage in it. And I gave a condition to it. You see, the job I was in, I was a senior manager in that job. I was well paid. People just gang up some kind of lies, and then they not made issue out of it, and then based on that, they not say, I gotta go. So it was like the whole wall just rocked down, you see. And I left the job, and then I started the ministry. We just rented a place, and we just go there and clap. We started from the living room, actually. Then after a while, we now put some money together. We now rented a place. And we started going there every Sunday and every Thursday for Bible study and praying and doing all of that. While we were doing that, now we have committed to God's work. And then, and I got a call from the hospital. This was after about 10 months. Yeah, 10 months. Yeah, 10 months. Now, I've been on that medication now for 11 months, you see. So I got a call. Then I said to me that, they would like me to come to the hospital to do a test. I said, well, I was in the hospital last week to do a test. It's not even Friday yet. I said, no, we need to do a quick one. So I went. They took more blood than usual. And I thought to myself, come on, they've taken and they just keep bringing it up. I said, come on, man. And the lady will just keep taking the blood, and about seven different, I don't know what that tube is called. I said, do you guys give somebody anything after this amount of blood? You know? And then she said, no, that, she's only doing what she's asked to do. I said, well, sorry, I don't mean to be, that's all right. So as soon as I left that place, I got malt and I was drinking. I said, I don't understand this plenty blood. I mean, the call before is just a little pinch, but this one is just like, and all that. Then after that, then I now went for my normal weekly one. After that normal weekly one, and I got a call again after that. I should come and repeat. I said, take that 7 pounds, and the lady, the lady was like, sorry, we got to do this. That's all right. Then I went, then they took the whole blood again. So, but I was asked to continue coming to do the normal check. So I kept going. And then I was wondering, when are they going to come back with all this blood that they've taken? You see. And we kept on doing what we're doing, you see. And then in one of those times, then I was sitting at home. And then the Lord just said to me that, that I've given you an open door, but there are adversaries. I said, it was as if I heard a voice. I said, adversaries, what door? Adversaries. And then I got up from where I was sitting. I'll give you an open door, but there are adversaries. I said, okay, if I'm giving an open door, why am I being told there are adversaries? If that means that there's something I need to do to access the open door that has been given to me. This was my thinking, you see. Then I stood up and I said, okay, all right, adversaries. So I just started thinking, our God is a good God. When I was pondering over that scripture, one of my staff, when I used to work as a manager, they now call me. Again, he's a friend though. He's a friend. I mean, we got into that job, but I got more promoted and all of that. He said to me that for everything that have happened to you, I've been thinking about it all, for the past 2-3 days. That I've got somebody that, we need to give that person just 500 pounds. 500 pounds. He's a friend. If you don't have it, me, I will give you 250. You add 250 to it. We will pay this person. They will take care of these guys. I said, when you say take care of these guys, what do you mean? He said, whoever take your job has killed you. Then you have to do the same to them. I said, when you say do the same, take their job, he said, stop talking like a child now. What you do? I said, no, how to understand it? Apparently he said he has somebody, they will just give him that 500 pounds, then they will finish his people. I said, you know what? I'm angry with them, but I can't go that far. I said, I can't do that. Sorry, I cannot. He said, Fred, I said, I can't. I said, let's talk something else. And later then I got off the phone. Now, you see, at every point of your breakthrough, the devil will always bring suggestions. He will always bring suggestions, you see. And then after that discussion and all of that, then I now had a witness in my spirit. Okay, fine, you know what? Why don't you sue these people? For what they've done. Because I went and look at the process that they actually followed. The process were wrong. They were not properly checked. So based on the failing process, I now put in a query. And then the courts obliged my query and then, took them to court. Then as soon as they received the letter, it's being sued to court, they now wrote me, they now called me. I said, I'm not going to talk to you. If you're going to talk to me, talk to my lawyer. So they spoke with my lawyer. They now made an offer. And I got good money from them. After I got good money from them, because they didn't want to go to court. So because they paid me very well. After the payment, then the blood that these guys have been collecting now came through. They now call me, Frederick, are you still taking the medication? I said, yes. Please stop all the medications. I said, why? He said, no, stop them. You need to stop all of them. Please bring the boxes. Everything, bring everything back to the hospital. I said, really? Then I took them to the hospital. I got there. They now gave me what is called, medical examination. It was a very long shit. And the consultant said to me, this is one of the rare occasions in medicine. We don't know why it happened, and you shouldn't have even been on this medication at all. And they now cleared me, and I was completely off that medication entirely. And they took all their medication, took everything back. Took everything back. Not only has God now given me that, finance, and I got cleared in all of this. And I began to say, God, goodness, what is this? You know, it was a complete turnaround. Complete turnaround. Complete turnaround. And God, and then in that mood of thanksgiving and saying, God, I thank you. And God has said to me, he said, you know what? I'm going to put power in your hands. You will do ministry comfortably. And I'm glad to announce to you, we don't owe anybody nothing in this ministry. We don't owe him nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing. The grace of God is here. That I can guarantee you.